And then are we we got to watch this? How long is this WrestleMania documentary? Is this some kind of mini series that we're going to have to sit through, or is it just it's out there and it's of reasonable length?
It's out there. I don't think it's hold on, I'll tell you right now, because a ton of people have been sending it to me because they want us to review it. Well, I had it here.
It's a holiday weekend, folks. We're making these plans on the air. I'm
It's an
making a
hour.
note now. Watch. It's an hour.
It's an hour, and it only took him 4 months to
Okay.
put it together.
God damn it.
And from what I'm hearing, it's just The Rock being full of shit in a way that only The Rock could be full of shit. And he's the one who obviously made sure all of his stuff was in this documentary to make sure his bullshit narrative got out there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Well, I can tell you're on the fence about it.
Because we know what happened. We know it's just going to be him and his piss boy Gewurz trying to spin reality so that they look like they were ahead of the curve, that they were aware of what was going to happen, that they're with it for the fans because they really believe in the fans. All that shit. He's the fucking male J-Lo. That's what The Rock is. Completely full of shit to the core. And I can't wait to see how full of shit he is in this documentary.
Well,
we know what happened. I can't wait to see how full of shit he is in this documentary.
So you're going in with an open mind, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
And well, good, because we are journalists, and we're gonna. And it's an hour documentary, and it's been said. Let's see, April, May, June. Here we are. That's 3 months. So what? One would think that most major Hollywood motion pictures might have made it through the editing process in that period of time, unless they had to potentially rewrite some of the history. Is all otherwise I'm going in with an open mind.
Unless you had to figure out a way to spin the narrative so that it actually could somehow make sense. As opposed to The Rock was going to completely fuck over all the booking that had been happening for the last year and a half with Cody Rhodes to be in the main event of Mania because he thought he should be, and the fans completely rejected that. And now he wants to try to make sure you see him as the good guy in this whole thing. It's everything with Dwayne Johnson.
Well, now, but
everyone's catching up. I say it, and if people complain, but every time I say it, more people see the light. I am the guiding light when it comes to Dwayne Johnson.
So what are you saying, that we should potentially be watching out for any footage that might have been shot after the fact and manipulated or anything like that? Or are you just saying that it took them a while to think of the right way to put it together?
Let's put it this way. Are you going to see any footage of anyone going, where is this fucking guy? He's hours late. Where the fuck is he? I'm so sick of Dwayne, his stooges, and his shit. Are you going to see any of that in the documentary? I don't think so.
Well, that now, in all fairness to all parties, maybe they didn't shoot anything like that.
That's true.
Maybe they turned the camera off when things like that were going on.
I want to see what they should show everything. I want to see exactly what kind of shit he's on. I think he owes it to the American people, like Billy Gunn, to say, look, I'm an older man.
What did Billy do here? What, are you on a rampage?
No, seriously, he's like in his mid-60s and he looks ridiculous, and I will never be on Rampage. Don't ever make that confusion.
Well,
I will never be on Rampage, ever.
Not just generic Rampage, a specific Rampage.
But The Rock is twice the size that he was at his athletic peak. And 3 times the size as he was when he first tried to make it in Hollywood. And he's in his 50s. And seemingly he doesn't have a care in the world in terms of his long-term health. He may be onto something. I want to know what he's on so I can do it. I want to get big and pumped up like that. I have the right.
As they get older, a lot of people gain weight. Remember Blackjack Mulligan, got quite big there.
That famous shredded period of Blackjack Mulligan in the WWF. That never happened.
Well, he gained weight. He just gained it, and he had muscles in different places.
The Rock's ex-wife, you see what she looks like now? Have you seen what she looks like now?
It's not my week to watch her either. What is the matter with her appearance?
She's on the same shit he's on. That's what's the matter with it. It looks completely freaky. Now. That's what's the matter with it.
You can't just come out here. I'm telling you what now. You can't just come out here and make these accusations.
I didn't make any accusation. I said she looks like she's on whatever he's on.
Well, you're casting aspersions.
And he looks like he's on everything.
What, if you look at it, she could be just, she could be doing a lot of push-ups.
Oh, yeah.
And chin-ups and throw-ups and things of that nature.
Well, I look forward to watching. It'll be a fun review.
No, she actually, it looks like you wouldn't need an X-ray to see the blood coursing through her veins. That's always disturbing to me on human beings when they're just.
There will be a book one day about $7 about this whole organization, about the movies, about the people, and I can't wait. I can't wait. That's all I'll say for now. But there'll be more in the future.
Sponsored by Modelo.
Well, no, Jim, but on that topic of Modelo, they're not involved in this in any way. But perhaps after watching something that more than likely going into it will be completely full of shit like this documentary about the WrestleMania main event, maybe if you care about honesty and integrity and history, that would stress you out. Maybe you need some help to deal with stress, daily stress, sleep, a good night's sleep, and we know exactly the place we could send everyone.
Well, that's exactly right, our friends at CB Distillery, because I'll tell you, it doesn't have to be a good night's sleep. Now, see, that's where we discriminate against some people. Some people, they're working the night shift, right? They need a good day's sleep. It doesn't matter. Day or night, some of this CB Distillery stuff will put you to sleep both day and night for maybe several of each if you do it right.
No, that's not if you do it right. That's if you do it wrong. If you do it right, everything will be managed and a normal, regular amount of time, not days. Not days.
Well, but see, now it depends on, the days are different lengths on the different planets, Brian. Were you aware of this, or did I just blow your mind? A day on Mercury is much shorter than a day here, whereas a day on Neptune is much longer. So it just depends on...
That makes sense, yeah.
It depends on what planet you think you're on at the time as to how long the day is. But I'll tell you something else, folks.
I think it's what planet you actually are on, not what planet you wish you were on.
Well, it just depends on, again, if you go to CB Distillery, then these things can change. And we talked about people putting illicit substances and bad things in their body. There's none of that here. These are the highest quality, clean ingredients. Targeted formulations with no fluff and no fillers, just pure effective CBD solutions. This is stuff that they mine it out of the ground. You've seen, folks, these documentaries are popping up everywhere about the CBD mines and how these people, especially in the mountainous regions of the Rocky Mountains, are going deep underground to get the finest natural CBD that they could possibly pickaxe out of that hard granite underground fucking bedrock, and then they put it through the exclusive process they've got out there in the Invader's old lair. That's who they sold it to, where they process this high quality compacted CBD, which comes, as we all know, from dinosaur excrement, and then they compound it into a formulation that comes straight out of the earth right to you. Brian, are you still alive?
I wanted to see just how far you're going to go with this.
Okay, well, folks, if you struggle with a health concern and you haven't found relief, or if you just want to piss people off, make the change like we all have to CB Distillery. 2 million customers, a solid 100% money-back guarantee. They're the source to trust. They've had 2 non-clinical surveys. Brian, I'll have you know, so right there, that proves my point. So right now, if you want to save 20% to get you started on your way to blissful slumber and less stress and less pain, less agony, less blues, less mud in the blood and the beer, all those old tropes that Bill Watts used to throw out in his promos, just go to cbdistillery.com and use the promo code JCE for 20% off. cbdistillery.com, promo code JCE for 20% off anything that you want to get from the aforementioned website, which again is cbdistillery.com.
That's right, cbdistillery.com, promo code JCE. Check that out today.